20 toughest actors in Hollywood history. Here goes my vote.
Do you recall what Clemenceau once said about war? He said war was too important to be left to the general.
Hollywood's toughest actors didn't just play the part, they lived it. From real-life war heroes and martial arts legends to unstoppable action stars, these are the men who redefined grit on and off the screen. But what does it really take to be the toughest? Is it raw strength, relentless courage, or the scars they carry from battles both real and imagined? Buckle up. This is the ultimate list of Hollywood's 20 toughest actors. Who makes your cut? Kirk Douglas. Few names in Hollywood command as much reverence for sheer grit and resilience as Kirk Douglas. Born into poverty as Isur Danielovich, the son of Russian Jewish immigrants, Douglas fought his way out of an abusive home and onto the world stage. His early years were defined by relentless determination. "You must do the things you think you cannot do," Douglas once said, a mantra that defined his life. A Waput Navy veteran, Douglas returned from service to pursue acting, quickly earning a reputation for his versatility. Whether portraying a ruthless boxer in Champion or the indomitable Spartacus in the epic of the same name, Douglas embodied characters whose toughness mirrored his own. His groundbreaking role as producer of Spartacus was more than cinematic. It was historic, as he defied the Hollywood blacklist by crediting blacklisted screenwriter Dalton Trumbo. Douglas's personal battles were just as intense. He survived a devastating helicopter crash in 1991 and later a stroke that left him partially paralyzed. Undeterred, he relearned to speak and continued to inspire audiences with public appearances and his writing. Founding Briner Productions, named after his mother, he ensured creative control over his projects, cementing his legacy as a pioneer. Living to 103, Douglas embodied resilience, inspiring generations of actors and audiences alike. His defiance of adversity, both personal and professional, solidifies him as a towering figure in Hollywood history, an enduring testament to the power of unyielding toughness. Peter Julian Ortiz. Peter Julian Ortiz's life reads like the script of a Hollywood action epic, except it was all real. Fluent in 10 languages, Ortiz was a man of extraordinary intellect, courage, and charisma. Born in New York, he became a global hero long before Hollywood came calling. Ortiz's legend began in the French Foreign Legion, where he served with distinction in North Africa, earning the Croix de Guerre and Médaille Militaire. During War II, his bravery was unparalleled. As a member of the OSS, precursor to the CIA, Ortiz parachuted behind enemy lines, conducted high-risk reconnaissance, and organized resistance efforts. He also escaped German captivity, an act of sheer audacity that cemented his reputation as a real-life action hero. For his valor, Ortiz was awarded the Navy Cross, Legion of Merit, and Purple Heart, among 24 decorations from 3 nations. After the war, Hollywood sought Ortiz's expertise, and he transitioned into consulting and acting in war films. His first-hand experience brought authenticity to productions, and his on-screen charisma earned him roles in films like 13 Rue Madeleine. However, Ortiz remained a soldier at heart, his life outside Hollywood steeped in tales of daring escapades and a steadfast commitment to honor. Retiring as a colonel, Ortiz embodied the ultimate blend of brains, brawn, and bravery. His toughness wasn't just physical, it was a lifetime of facing danger with unflinching resolve. Ortiz remains a symbol of unyielding courage, a man who lived and acted with the intensity of a legend. James Doohan.
I got a fan letter from a young lady.
Before he became beloved as Scotty on Star Trek, James Doohan had already lived a life that defined resilience and heroism. A lieutenant in the Royal Canadian Artillery during World War II, Doohan faced death head-on during the Normandy invasion on D-Day, where he stormed Juno Beach under relentless fire. His bravery on the battlefield was met with harrowing challenges. Shot 6 times by friendly fire, he lost a finger and narrowly escaped death when a cigarette case in his pocket stopped a bullet to his chest. Yet, in true Doohan fashion, he walked back to camp on his own 2 feet. After the war, Doohan transitioned to acting, bringing the same grit and determination to his craft.
I've given her all she's got, Captain. If I push it any harder, the whole thing will blow.
His portrayal of Montgomery's Scotty Scott in Star Trek was more than a role. It was an embodiment of his own quick thinking and steady resolve. Doohan's ability to channel his wartime experiences into a character known for engineering miracles under pressure made him an icon of ingenuity and toughness. Despite his injuries, Doohan never let adversity dim his sense of humor or pride in life. Fans were often surprised to learn of his missing finger as he worked to hide it on screen. Off-screen, he carried the lessons of resilience and optimism from his wartime days, becoming an inspiration to millions. James Doohan's legacy isn't just one of enduring pop culture fame, but of a life lived boldly, proof that even in the face of unimaginable odds, toughness and humor can prevail. Sterling Hayden.
But you're a good officer and you have a right to know. It looks like we're in a shooting.
Sterling Hayden, often called the blonde Viking god, was more than just a Hollywood star. He was a true adventurer who lived by his own code. Before he captivated audiences on screen, Hayden's life was marked by bravery, self-reliance, and a profound love of the sea. A sailor at heart, Hayden's seafaring adventures began as a teenager, and by 22, he was already a captain. When World War II erupted, he joined the US Marines, later serving with the OSS, Office of Strategic Services. His missions were daring and dangerous, most notably parachuting into Nazi-occupied Croatia to rescue stranded Allied airmen. For his courage, he was awarded the Silver Star, a testament to his fearlessness. Despite his disdain for Hollywood's glitz, Hayden turned to acting out of financial necessity.
I must insist, sir, that you give them to me.
His rugged looks and commanding presence made him a natural in films like The Asphalt Jungle and Dr. Strangelove. Yet he often admitted his heart wasn't in acting, famously stating, "The sun and the sea, they are the real actors." Between roles, he would escape to his beloved sailboats, crossing oceans and living life on his own terms. Hayden's tough-as-nails persona wasn't just for show. It was deeply rooted in his life experiences, from his wartime heroics to his restless quest for freedom. In an industry of make-believe, Sterling Hayden stood out as a man whose real-life exploits eclipsed his on-screen roles. A true Hollywood maverick and an icon of unyielding toughness. Ready for an unforgettable adventure? Drop number 1 in the comments if you're in it for the long haul. Trust me, you won't want to miss the surprises ahead in this video. James Stewart.
Those are just a few of my neighbors. First I watched them just to kill time, but then I couldn't take my eyes off them.
James Stewart's easy charm and everyman persona made him one of Hollywood's most beloved stars, but his real-life courage set him apart as a genuine American hero. At the height of his career, Stewart didn't just portray heroes on screen, he left the spotlight to serve his country during World War II, proving his toughness through action, not performance. An accomplished pilot, Stewart was one of the first major Hollywood stars to enlist after Pearl Harbor. He insisted on active duty in the Army Air Corps, rising to the rank of colonel and later brigadier general in the Air Force Reserve. Leading bombing missions over Nazi-occupied Europe, Stewart demonstrated remarkable courage and leadership under fire, earning the Distinguished Flying Cross, the Croix de Guerre, and other honors. His wartime service reflected not just bravery but quiet determination, an iron backbone beneath his gentlemanly demeanor. After the war, Stewart returned to Hollywood, where his experiences added depth to his roles. Films like It's a Wonderful Life showcased his ability to channel personal struggles into performances that resonated with audiences. Yet Stewart remained humble about his military achievements, rarely speaking of his heroics, embodying the ideal of a citizen soldier who served out of duty, not glory. Stewart's toughness lay in his steadfast principles and unwavering resolve, both on the battlefield and in life. His legacy endures not only as a cinematic icon, but as a symbol of quiet strength and selfless service. A true American legend. Sessue Hayakawa.
But the officers are walking along the entire railway. You know it.
Sessue Hayakawa wasn't just a pioneer, he was a fighter who blazed trails in an industry stacked against him. Born into a samurai family, Hayakawa's dreams of following that tradition were crushed by a diving accident that left him near death. Instead of succumbing to despair, he found a new path in acting, eventually becoming one of the first Asian actors to achieve international stardom. In early Hollywood, a white-dominated industry rife with racism and xenophobia, Hayakawa faced obstacles that would have daunted lesser men. Refusing to play into the era's demeaning stereotypes, he carved out his own niche as a leading man, exuding a charisma and masculinity that captivated audiences worldwide. Films like The Cheat showcased his smoldering intensity, turning him into a global heartthrob and one of the highest-paid actors of his time. Hayakawa's toughness wasn't just physical or professional, it was deeply principled. He rejected roles that demeaned Asian culture, standing firm even when it meant risking his career. In doing so, he paved the way for future stars like Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, proving that Asian actors could command respect and admiration in Hollywood. Even after Hollywood sidelined him, Hayakawa never gave up, finding success in European cinema and making a triumphant return with his Oscar-nominated role in The Bridge on the River Kwai. Sessue Hayakawa's legacy is one of resilience, defiance, and trailblazing courage, an enduring symbol of what it means to fight for your place in history. William Smith. William Smith was the very embodiment of toughness, blending physical prowess, intellectual sharpness, and a relentless drive to excel. Known for his imposing screen presence in classics like Any Which Way You Can and Red Dawn, Smith's real-life feats rivaled, if not eclipsed, his on-screen roles. A physical powerhouse, Smith set records in reverse curling, 163 pounds, won 2 World Arm Wrestling Championships, and dominated as an amateur boxer with a 31. One record. He was a natural athlete, excelling in everything from downhill skiing to motocross, and even performed a mind-boggling 5,100 sit-ups in 5 hours, a testament to his unparalleled stamina and discipline. While in the Air Force, he took the title of light heavyweight weightlifting champion, adding to his long list of physical achievements. But Smith wasn't just brawn. He earned a master's degree in Russian studies, was fluent in multiple languages, and served as a Russian intercept interrogator during the Korean War, utilizing his intellect and linguistic skills in high-stakes situations. His combination of physical and mental toughness was rare, making him a standout even among Hollywood's elite. Smith's toughness translated into his career, where his versatility and dedication made him one of the most reliable tough-guy actors of his time. Whether battling Clint Eastwood or commanding respect as a no-nonsense military officer, Smith's performances reflected the grit and determination that defined his life. William Smith remains a towering figure in Hollywood history, a man whose strength, skill, and intellect left an indelible mark. Charles Bronson.
I never thought about it that way, but it could be true.
Charles Bronson's journey from coal mines to Hollywood stardom was one forged in grit, hardship, and an indomitable will. Born into poverty as one of 15 children in a Lithuanian-American family, Bronson grew up so destitute that he once had to wear his sister's hand-me-down dress to school. This early adversity shaped the unflinching toughness he carried throughout his life. Before the glamour of Hollywood, Bronson worked in the coal mines of Pennsylvania, enduring back-breaking labor to support his family. When World War II began, he enlisted in the U.S. Army Air Corps and served as a B-29 gunner, flying combat missions over Japan. His bravery earned him a Purple Heart, further cementing his reputation as a man of resilience and courage. Bronson's rugged, weathered appearance and real-life experience in boxing and combat gave him an authenticity that few actors could rival. Known for roles in films like Death Wish and The Magnificent Seven, he didn't just portray tough guys, he embodied them. His on-screen characters often mirrored his personal ethos, stoic, resilient, and unwilling to back down in the face of adversity. Despite his fame, Bronson never forgot his roots, carrying the lessons of his hard-scrabble upbringing into every performance. His career spanned decades, and his legacy endures as a testament to toughness born from real struggle. Charles Bronson didn't just act tough, he was tough. A true Hollywood icon who lived the grit he portrayed on screen. Christopher Lee.
Though sometimes beaten back, he came again and again against the enemy.
Christopher Lee's towering presence on screen was no mere act. It was born from a life of unparalleled courage, resilience, and grit. Before becoming the face of iconic villains like Dracula, Saruman, and Count Dooku, Lee was a real-life hero whose wartime exploits are the stuff of legend. During World War II, Lee served in some of the most elite and dangerous units, including the SAS and Popsky's private army. He fought in brutal campaigns across North Africa and Italy, facing the horrors of war with unwavering resolve. After the war, Lee took on the harrowing task of hunting Nazi war criminals, staring into the darkest recesses of humanity. Though he rarely spoke of these experiences, they forged a toughness that would stay with him for life. Lee brought this authentic grit to his acting, infusing his performances with a commanding intensity that captivated audiences. Whether as the bloodthirsty Dracula or the cunning Saruman in The Lord of the Rings, Lee's characters exuded menace and power, a reflection of the inner strength he carried from his real-life adventures. Beyond his imposing roles, Lee's versatility and professionalism earned him the respect of colleagues and fans alike. His toughness wasn't just physical, it was the strength of character honed by facing life's most profound challenges. Christopher Lee wasn't just a man who played powerful characters. He was a man of power and resilience in his own right, a legend on and off the screen, tough to his very core. Do you think Christopher Lee's real-life experiences influenced his iconic villainous roles? Type yes or no in the comments, and let's discuss. Audie Murphy.
I thought I told you to get on down the hill.
Thought you might need this. Think you got a corner on all this real estate?
When it comes to toughness, no one in Hollywood can match the real-life heroics of Audie Murphy. At just 19, Murphy earned the Medal of Honor, the United States' highest military distinction, for single-handedly holding off an entire German company and leading a counterattack while wounded. By the war's end, he was the most decorated American soldier of World War II, receiving every U.S. combat award for valor, along with honors from France and Belgium. Murphy's incredible grit was forged in a hard-scrabble childhood in Texas, where he hunted to feed his impoverished family. This early hardship sharpened his marksmanship, survival instincts, and resilience, skills that saved his life countless times in battle. His exploits, including killing or wounding over 240 enemies during the war, are legendary, not as tales of bravado, but as testaments to his unyielding courage. After the war, Murphy reluctantly turned to Hollywood, channeling his battlefield experiences into authentic performances. Starring in over 40 films, including the autobiographical To Hell and Back, Murphy brought a raw, unvarnished edge to his roles that no amount of acting could replicate. His quiet humility and haunted demeanor resonated with audiences, making him a unique presence among Hollywood's tough guys. Audie Murphy wasn't just tough, he was the real deal. A man who faced death repeatedly and emerged victorious, his legacy is one of unflinching bravery, both on and off the screen, setting the gold standard for toughness in Hollywood history. Bruce Lee.
My last name is Lee, Bruce Lee. I was born in San Francisco in 1940.
Bruce Lee wasn't just an actor, he was a cultural phenomenon, a martial arts legend whose speed, strength, and philosophy redefined toughness on and off the screen. Born in San Francisco and raised in Hong Kong, Lee combined Eastern traditions with Western innovations to create a martial arts style and a legacy that remains unparalleled. Lee's toughness was the result of relentless dedication. Known for his incredible physical feats, he could perform one-finger push-ups, deliver punches faster than the blink of an eye, and generate immense power from his famously compact frame. His martial art, Jeet Kune Do, emphasized adaptability and efficiency, blending combat techniques with a philosophical approach to life. "Be water, my friend," he often said, encapsulating his belief in flexibility and resilience. His film career, though tragically short, revolutionized martial arts cinema. Movies like Enter the Dragon and The Way of the Dragon showcased not just breathtaking action, but also Lee's charisma and determination to break stereotypes about Asian men in Hollywood. He fought against racism and prejudice, insisting on portraying characters with dignity and strength, paving the way for future generations. Beyond the screen, Lee's toughness extended to his mind. A lifelong philosopher, he saw martial arts as a path to self-actualization. Despite physical setbacks and industry barriers, he refused to compromise his vision, achieving greatness through sheer willpower and discipline. Bruce Lee's impact goes beyond film. He remains a symbol of resilience, empowerment, and the ultimate embodiment of toughness. Steve McQueen. Steve McQueen, famously dubbed the King of Cool, embodied a rugged toughness that resonated on and off the screen. Known for his love of motorcycles, fast cars, and living life on the edge, McQueen didn't just play action heroes. He lived like one. McQueen's toughness was forged early. Growing up in a broken home, he faced a troubled youth that included time in a reform school. This rough beginning fueled his determination to forge his own path. At 17, he enlisted in the U.S. Marine Corps, where his rebellious streak initially caused issues. But McQueen turned his life around, earning respect for his discipline and bravery, including saving fellow Marines during an Arctic exercise. This real-life grit carried over into his acting career. McQueen was renowned for performing many of his own stunts, particularly in films like Bullitt and The Great Escape, where his motorcycle chase remains one of cinema's most iconic sequences. Off-screen, he was a competitive racer, channeling his need for speed into both motorsports and personal challenges. What set McQueen apart wasn't just his physical toughness, but his cool, understated demeanor. He exuded a quiet confidence, a blend of charisma and defiance that made him a cultural icon. His performances felt authentic because they came from a place of real-life experience, hardship, rebellion, and survival. Steve McQueen's legacy endures as a symbol of toughness, rebellion, and sheer cool, a Hollywood legend who lived life on his own terms. Clint Eastwood.
You see, my mule don't like people laughing. It's the crazy idea you're laughing at him.
Clint Eastwood is the very definition of Hollywood toughness. For decades, he's been an iconic figure in westerns and action films, embodying a stoic, no-nonsense resilience that made his characters legendary. But Eastwood's toughness goes beyond the screen. It's a reflection of his personal philosophy and experiences. Before his rise to stardom, Eastwood faced his share of challenges. As a young man, he survived a near-death experience when the military plane he was aboard crashed into the Pacific Ocean. Swimming over a mile to shore in freezing waters, Eastwood displayed the kind of grit that would later define his career. His breakthrough role as the man with no name in Sergio Leone's Dollars trilogy brought a new level of toughness to cinema. With his squinting gaze, gravelly voice, and minimalist dialogue, Eastwood's characters oozed quiet strength. He cemented his legacy with Dirty Harry, playing the unflinching detective Harry Callahan, whose infamous line, "Do you feel lucky, punk?" became synonymous with unapologetic grit. Eastwood's toughness also shines behind the camera. As a director, he's tackled emotionally and physically demanding projects like Unforgiven and Gran Torino, showcasing his relentless work ethic and commitment to authenticity. Whether he's outdrawing outlaws in a dusty saloon or delivering justice in a corrupt city, Clint Eastwood embodies a timeless toughness rooted in courage, perseverance, and conviction. He's not just an actor or filmmaker, he's a symbol of unyielding strength in Hollywood history. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger's journey from small-town Austria to global stardom is the ultimate story of toughness, discipline, and determination. Before he was Hollywood's quintessential action star, Schwarzenegger was a world-renowned bodybuilder, dominating the sport with an unmatched work ethic and physical strength. Schwarzenegger's rise began with his obsession to succeed in bodybuilding. He won the prestigious Mr. Olympia title a record 7 times, becoming the face of the sport and redefining the ideal of human physicality. His achievements were a testament to relentless discipline, countless hours in the gym, and an unyielding mindset to push beyond limits. The mind is the limit. As long as the mind can envision the fact that you can do something, you can do it, he famously said, encapsulating his philosophy of toughness. And when Schwarzenegger transitioned to Hollywood, he brought his larger-than-life persona to the big screen, quickly becoming synonymous with action-packed roles. Films like Conan the Barbarian, Predator, and The Terminator showcased not only his physical prowess, but also his commanding screen presence. His characters were often unstoppable forces, mirroring his real-life tenacity. Off-screen, Schwarzenegger's toughness extended to his ventures as a businessman and politician, overcoming challenges with the same grit that fueled his bodybuilding and acting careers. Arnold Schwarzenegger isn't just an actor or athlete. He's a symbol of perseverance and strength, proving that through determination and hard work, any obstacle can be conquered. From pumping iron to delivering iconic one-liners, Schwarzenegger embodies Hollywood toughness like no other. How many hours a day do you think Arnold Schwarzenegger spent in the gym to achieve his legendary physique? Terry Crews.
Are you telling me that you?
Terry Crews is the embodiment of strength, determination, and charisma, a man who seamlessly transitioned from the gridiron to Hollywood while showcasing an unmatched work ethic and toughness. Before he became a household name, Crews spent years in the NFL, where his physicality and discipline defined his career. Drafted by the Los Angeles Rams in 1991, Crews played for several teams during his pro football career. Known for his imposing 6'2" frame and relentless drive, he fought for every opportunity, often juggling art commissions on the side to make ends meet. This combination of athleticism and creativity laid the foundation for his eventual leap into acting. Crews's transition to Hollywood wasn't immediate or easy, but his perseverance paid off. His breakout role in Friday After Next led to memorable appearances in action-packed films like the Expendables franchise, where his natural athleticism and larger-than-life presence stole scenes. Whether wielding a high-powered machine gun or delivering laughs in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Cruise brought a unique blend of toughness and humor that audiences couldn't resist. Off-screen, Cruise has displayed another kind of toughness, speaking out against toxic environments and advocating for personal integrity and resilience. His openness about struggles and strength in confronting challenges have made him a role model. Terry Crews isn't just a tough guy in the physical sense, he's a multi-dimensional powerhouse whose journey from the NFL to Hollywood exemplifies grit, perseverance, and an indomitable spirit. Carl Weathers.
Apollo Creed meets the Italian Stallion.
Carl Weathers is a true embodiment of physical and mental toughness, seamlessly blending his athletic background with an iconic Hollywood career. Before becoming a star on the big screen, Weathers excelled in multiple sports, including boxing, football, judo, and wrestling, skills that laid the groundwork for his rise as an action star. Weathers began his athletic journey as a college football player before going pro in the NFL with teams like the Oakland Raiders. His experience on the field, where grit and discipline were paramount, shaped his relentless work ethic and competitive spirit. After retiring from football, Weathers transitioned to acting, where he brought the same level of intensity to his performances. His breakthrough role as Apollo Creed in Rocky showcased not only his physical prowess, but also his charisma and emotional depth. The epic boxing sequences, which he trained rigorously for, remain some of the most iconic in cinema history. Weathers' athleticism and natural command made him a standout in other action-packed films like Predator, where he held his own alongside fellow powerhouse Arnold Schwarzenegger. A black belt in judo and an experienced wrestler, Weathers combined his athletic expertise with a dynamic on-screen presence, creating characters that were as tough as they were compelling. Carl Weathers' legacy is one of sheer resilience and versatility, a true Hollywood tough guy who proved that strength, determination, and talent can break boundaries, both on the field and on the screen. Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke's toughness isn't just a persona, it's a raw, unfiltered reflection of his life. Known for his smoldering intensity and rugged good looks, Rourke's tough guy image is rooted in real-world grit, forged in the boxing ring and refined on the silver screen. Before his rise to Hollywood stardom, Rourke was a promising amateur boxer, earning an impressive record of 27 wins and 3 losses. His time in the ring shaped his physical and mental resilience, as well as his understanding of pain and perseverance. Even at the height of his acting career, Rourke returned to boxing professionally in the 1990s, putting his body on the line in brutal matches that left him with numerous injuries, including facial reconstructive surgery. On screen, Rourke's roles often mirror his personal toughness. His breakout performances in films like Rumble Fish and 9.5 Weeks showcased a raw vulnerability beneath a hardened exterior, while The Wrestler solidified his reputation as an actor, unafraid to push his limits. His portrayal of Randy the Ram Robinson, a washed-up wrestler seeking redemption, was not only physically demanding but deeply emotional, earning him critical acclaim and a Golden Globe. Rourke's life and career have been marked by highs and lows, but his resilience has never wavered. Whether battling opponents in the ring or demons in his personal life, Mickey Rourke's toughness is authentic, a reflection of a man who has faced every challenge with unrelenting determination. Danny Trejo.
He's gonna shoot him in the neck, stop him from saying all those stupid things.
Danny Trejo's path to Hollywood is one of the most remarkable tales of toughness and redemption. Known for his weathered face, muscular build, and commanding presence, Trejo brings an authenticity to his roles that stems from a life marked by hardship, resilience, and transformation. Before becoming an actor, Trejo's life was defined by struggles. Growing up in a rough Los Angeles neighborhood, he fell into crime and drug addiction at a young age, leading to multiple stints in prison. It was behind bars that Trejo discovered his passion and talent for boxing, becoming a lightweight and welterweight champion in prison tournaments. His time in the ring taught him discipline and determination, qualities that would later shape his life outside of incarceration. Trejo turned his life around after finding sobriety and dedicating himself to helping others battle addiction. A chance meeting on a film set while working as a drug counselor led to an unexpected career in Hollywood. With his menacing look and undeniable toughness, Trejo quickly became a go-to actor for villainous roles in films like A Heater and A Desperado. He later solidified his star power as the iconic anti-hero in The Machete, proving he could carry a film with equal parts grit and charisma. Off-screen, Trejo's toughness is matched by his compassion. A fierce advocate for second chances, he uses his story to inspire others to overcome their struggles. Danny Trejo's journey from convict to Hollywood star is proof that true toughness comes from resilience, redemption, and a relentless drive to better oneself. Vin Diesel.
Ladies and gentlemen, she points to the mirror. She says, "The one in the mirror is yours, honey."
Vin Diesel is the modern embodiment of Hollywood toughness, combining a deep, commanding voice with a muscular physique and a penchant for adrenaline-fueled roles. Best known for his portrayal of Dominic Toretto in the Fast and Furious franchise, Diesel's characters often exude loyalty, strength, and an air of invincibility that mirrors his real-life determination. Born Mark Sinclair, Diesel grew up in a working-class neighborhood in New York City, where he discovered acting at an early age. His journey to stardom wasn't easy. He wrote, directed, and starred in independent films like Multifacial to prove his talent, catching the eye of Steven Spielberg, who cast him in Saving Private Ryan. From there, Diesel's career took off with leading roles in action-packed films such as Qu'est-ce and The Chronicles of Riddick. What sets Diesel apart is his dedication to the physical and emotional demands of his roles. Known for performing many of his own stunts, he embodies the same fearlessness as his characters. His portrayal of Dominic Toretto is not just about speed and muscle, it's about family and loyalty, themes Diesel is deeply passionate about in his own life. Off-screen, Diesel's toughness extends to his relentless work ethic, maintaining peak physical condition while producing and starring in blockbuster films. His ability to blend raw strength with emotional depth makes him a standout action star. Vin Diesel isn't just an action hero, he's a symbol of perseverance and unshakable resolve, proving that true toughness means more than just muscle. Jason Statham. Jason Statham is the quintessential modern action hero, combining athleticism, martial arts expertise, and a no-nonsense demeanor to create one of Hollywood's toughest personas. Known for his gritty performances in films like The Transporter, Crank, and The Expendables, Statham's tough guy image is no act. It's rooted in a lifetime of discipline and physical prowess. Before breaking into acting, Statham was a world-class athlete, competing as a member of Britain's national diving team for over a decade. His background as a competitive diver honed his strength, precision, and mental focus, skills he seamlessly transitioned into his action roles. A trained martial artist, Statham often incorporates a mix of kickboxing, judo, and Brazilian jiu-jitsu into his fight scenes, delivering authentic, hard-hitting performances. Statham's commitment to his craft sets him apart. He performs most of his own stunts, whether it's hand-to-hand combat, high-speed car chases, or death-defying leaps. His fearless approach and meticulous preparation add a layer of realism to his films, making every punch, kick, and stunt feel genuinely dangerous. Off-screen, Statham maintains his physical peak with rigorous training, reflecting the same work ethic that drives his on-screen success. His rugged charisma and dedication to authenticity have made him one of the most reliable and respected stars in the action genre. Jason Statham isn't just tough, he's the real deal. With a career built on skill, grit, and relentless determination, he's a modern legend of action cinema, unrecognizable celebrities who had their secrets exposed.
Let me out of here, get me the hell out of here.
What happens when the world's biggest stars are hiding secrets they never wanted us to know? From shocking scandals to jaw-dropping confessions.
Craziest place you've ever had sex?
Nobu.
Nobu, the restaurant?
Yeah.
Some of Hollywood's most glamorous icons are completely unrecognizable when the truth comes out.
Sex with two different people, with more than two different people in one day.
Affairs, lies, plastic surgeries, and even crimes. No one is safe from the spotlight.
It's a wonderful compensation for having caught.
Why did Kim Kardashian accidentally reveal too much? How did Allison Mack go from Smallville to scandal? And what hidden stories are buried behind the fame? Buckle up, because these are the unrecognizable celebrities whose deepest secrets have been exposed. Rock Hudson. Imagine carrying one of the deepest truths about your identity to the grave. That's precisely what happened to renowned Hollywood actor Rock Hudson. During his prime, Rock was one of Hollywood's most sought-after leading men. But he spent his entire life concealing a major secret that only came to light after his death. When he passed away in 1985, it was revealed that the cause of death was AIDS. Rock became one of the earliest and most prominent celebrities in Hollywood to succumb to the disease. Since AIDS was strongly linked to homosexuality at the time, rumors quickly emerged suggesting that Rock had kept his sexuality hidden throughout his career. These suspicions were later confirmed when his loved ones and close friends admitted that the public's assumptions were correct. A biography about Rock revealed that he had once been in a relationship with Lee Garlington, who was described as the love of his life. His secret was known only to a tight-knit circle of family, close friends, and certain individuals within Hollywood, many of whom worked hard to protect his private life to safeguard his career. It's hard to imagine the immense burden of keeping such a defining part of yourself hidden from the world. David Cassidy is...
Now, I would like to sing a couple of songs that I recorded when I used to wear that really...
Sometimes we strive to be open about our challenges in life, but for some, revealing certain struggles, especially those tied to shame, can be incredibly difficult. This was the case for actor David Cassidy, who kept a significant secret hidden from the public until after his death. Before passing, David publicly disclosed that he was battling dementia. Fans believed this diagnosis explained his health decline, and when news of his death broke, most assumed dementia had been the cause. However, the truth about his condition only came to light through the documentary David Cassidy, The Last Session. It was revealed that David was never actually diagnosed with dementia. His health issues were instead the result of alcohol poisoning, which ultimately claimed his life. In the documentary, David confessed everything, stating, "There is no sign of me having dementia at this stage in my life. It was complete alcohol poisoning, and the fact is I lied about my drinking." One of the documentary's producers later commented on knowing the truth about David's struggles prior to the public revelation, saying, "We didn't want to exploit him, but ultimately he was honest about what killed him, and we decided that his legacy would be best served if we shared that." Gene Wilder.
Excuse me, sir. Could I please... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm not a troublemaker. Scoop! Scoop!
When someone is diagnosed with a severe illness, deciding whether to share that news is an intensely personal and challenging choice. I know individuals who chose to keep such struggles private until the very end, and actor Gene Wilder made the same decision. Gene passed away in 2016, but it wasn't until after his death that the public learned about the health battle he had been quietly enduring. It was revealed that he had been living with Alzheimer's disease for over 3 years before his passing.
Let me out. Let me out of here. Get me the hell out of here.
Upon hearing this, many wondered why Gene had chosen to keep his condition private, and the reason is incredibly moving. He wanted fans to remember him as they always had, and not as someone defined by illness. Gene hoped to preserve the joy he brought to others. In a statement released by his family, they explained his choice, saying, "The decision to wait until this time to disclose his condition wasn't vanity, but more so that the countless young children that would smile or call out to him, 'There's Willy Wonka,' would not have to be then exposed to an adult referencing illness or trouble and causing delight to travel to worry, disappointment, or confusion. He simply couldn't bear the idea of one less smile in the world." Corey Haim.
Just things weren't going my way. That day. That's it.
As much as Hollywood dazzles with its glitz and glamour, it also has a darker side, often marked by exploitation and manipulation. Tragically, actor Corey Haim encountered this dark reality as a child star. Both he and his closest friend, Corey Feldman, faced troubling experiences within the industry. While Feldman has openly spoken about the abuse he endured, Haim chose to keep his trauma hidden. The one thing Haim kept completely private was the identity of the individual who harmed him. He took this secret with him to his grave. However, the truth may not be entirely lost, as it's believed that Corey Feldman knows who the perpetrator is. Feldman reportedly urged Haim to reveal the name of his abuser, but Haim refused, fearing that this person might retaliate and harm them again. It's possible Haim promised Feldman that if he were to pass away, Feldman could share their story. While Feldman has revealed some details, the identity of the person who caused Corey Haim so much pain remains unknown. Ready for an unforgettable adventure? Drop number 1 in the comments if you're in it for the long haul. Trust me, you won't want to miss the surprises ahead in this video. Sally Ride.
before the flight, I'd say in the month before the flight, leading up to the flight.
Next, we have another celebrity who sadly wasn't able to live as openly as they deserved and carried a major secret to their grave. Astronaut Sally Ride, celebrated as the first American woman to journey into space, was a trailblazer in the NASA community. She dedicated her life to inspiring interest in space exploration and promoting STEM education, particularly encouraging young girls to pursue careers in science and technology. While she made a tremendous impact on her community, especially for women and girls, there was another community she quietly belonged to that remained unknown until after her death. When Sally passed away in 2012, her legacy expanded beyond being the first American woman in space to include being the first astronaut publicly recognized as gay. Sally's sexuality remained private throughout her life, but her obituary revealed the truth by mentioning Tam O'Shaughnessy as her partner of 27 years. Selena Gomez.
If Dad got Max a tutor, that means I'm probably next. Why am I saying probably? Oh, I'm next. Oh.
Selena Gomez first captured audiences on Disney Channel, starring as Alex Russo in the hit series Wizards of Waverly Place. The show, which followed a family of wizards running a deli in New York City, had quite an unusual premise, something that sounds even stranger when said out loud, but fans loved it regardless. After her Disney days, Selena transitioned into a highly successful music career.
Want you to know, baby.
One of her standout hits, Love You Like a Love Song, climbed to the top of the Billboard 100 chart and stayed there for a significant stretch. Oh, and it's also one of those songs destined to live rent-free in my head forever. Selena is now one of those stars you might not easily recognize in public. When she attends events, she's often seen in stunning gowns with flawless professional makeup. However, comparing her red carpet look to her casual, everyday appearance reveals a different side of the star. In her street clothes and without makeup, her natural beauty is more evident, her cheeks appear more defined, and her bare skin highlights the natural contours of her face. Whether glammed up or barefaced, Selena doesn't need any wizardry to shine. Jennifer Lopez. J. Lo became a household name in the early 2000s, skyrocketing to fame with her hit singles like Love Don't Cost a Thing and On the Floor, alongside memorable roles in films with Hollywood heavyweights such as the late Robin Williams and Ice Cube in Anaconda, among many others.
What was that? Faster, come on!
Before I say anything remotely critical about her appearance, let me just state the obvious. Jennifer Lopez is 53, and the rest of us can only dream of aging so flawlessly. Seriously, we are unworthy. That said, there's definitely a noticeable transformation when the makeup comes off. With makeup, J-Lo's look often leans towards smoky eyes and sharply contoured cheeks, creating a polished and glamorous vibe. Without it, though, Jennifer somehow manages to look 30, carefree, and effortlessly radiant. Honestly, at 53, she could pass as a college senior and has somehow maintained that youthful glow for decades. Can we talk about how perfect she'd be as a cast member in 21 Jump Street alongside Shakira? Now, that would have been iconic. Sure, she's had the occasional rough day. Who hasn't? I feel like I've been having a rough day for 3 months straight. Yet even when rocking a tired, relaxed look, J. Lo still manages to pull it off with style. Well done, Jennifer. Tyra Banks.
Oh, I want you to bite me right now.
Really?
I want you to bite me, Robert.
Tyra Banks, breezy, easy, beautiful cover girl. For those unfamiliar, Tyra Banks is a legendary supermodel and TV personality, widely recognized as the face of the cosmetics brand CoverGirl, and for her association with the chaotic but iconic Victoria's Secret brand. However, many might know her best as the host of the hit reality series America's Next Top Model.
I was rooting for you! We were all rooting for you! How dare you! Learn something from this!
The show, a modeling competition featuring beauty-centric challenges, gave aspiring models a shot at fame, with Tyra serving as the ultimate judge. Honestly, no one could have been better suited for the role. Her presence on stage and in front of the camera is nothing short of mesmerizing. When Tyra joined the no-makeup movement, though, fans quickly noticed how different her off-duty vibe was from her glammed-up persona. In her downtime, Tyra trades the high-fashion looks for a much more relaxed appearance, often described as waking up with Tim Burton-esque eyes before settling into a cozier style. She's frequently spotted in comfy sweaters and sweatsuits, embodying ultimate chill vibes. Honestly, Nike, take note, she's practically a walking ad, and something tells me she'd say yes to a sponsorship deal. RuPaul.
Our queens were challenged to record and perform an inspirational anthem.
Let me start by saying that if you're part of the drag community, you have my utmost respect. You've got major confidence. Keep slaying it. RuPaul's Drag Race became a global phenomenon shortly after its debut in February 2009. The show follows RuPaul as he searches for America's next drag superstar. Ru serves as host, mentor, and head judge, guiding contestants through weekly challenges that showcase their creativity, talent, and charisma. While drag performers are known for their jaw-droppingly extravagant looks, it's RuPaul himself who earns the title of most unrecognizable celebrity once the makeup comes off. In full drag, RuPaul is a larger-than-life figure, rocking bold hairdos, stunning outfits, and flawless makeup. But outside of drag, RuPaul transforms into a polished professional, often donning horn-rimmed glasses and sharp suits, looking every bit like a stylish politician or CEO. That said, my inner child can't help but think of a certain character from Master of Disguise who wasn't turtly enough for the Turtle Club. All jokes aside, everyone featured here is absolutely stunning in their own way, and frankly, none of us are worthy of sharing their airspace. It just goes to show how much of an impact makeup can make. Shaq is...
Since I'm the owner of the restaurant, I give you a lifetime warranty.
Look at that!
Shaq's awkward Walmart adventure is one for the books. The NBA Hall of Famer, widely regarded as one of the greatest basketball players in history, is not only a legend on the court, but also an underrated comedian. Even in retirement, Shaq's humor shines through on social media and in interviews. One such memorable moment occurred during a 2018 appearance on The Late Late Show, where he recounted an embarrassing trip to Walmart. The incident took place after he was traded from Miami to Phoenix. Shaq needed to furnish his new apartment, but didn't want to wait for his belongings to arrive from Miami. So, naturally, he went to Walmart and racked up an eye-popping $70,000 bill. The problem, his credit card was repeatedly declined. In front of everyone, Shaq had to call American Express to sort it out. Can you imagine the scene? 70 grand at Walmart. What could you possibly be buying? Madonna. Madonna gets candid about her sex life. Leave it to Ellen DeGeneres to spice up her show with a game that gets her celebrity guests spilling their personal secrets. One of her go-to segments is the classic party game Never Have I Ever, where guests answer questions by holding up cards that say either I have or I have never.
Never have I ever had sex with more than two different people in one day.
I mean, two different people in a day, Madonna?
Here's the thing.
Well,
I want it to be special for my wife.
She didn't dish out any further details about her two-in-one encounters, but the moment revealed that she might be a little more adventurous than some might have expected. Diddy. Diddy revealed the wildest place he's ever had sex, thanks to Ellen DeGeneres and her knack for getting celebrities to spill the tea. During a segment of her show called Hot Seats, Ellen sat down with her guest in two chairs, firing rapid-fire questions that they had to answer before quickly hitting a buzzer. Naturally, Ellen didn't shy away from diving into personal territory, asking Diddy,
Craziest place you've ever had sex?
Without hesitation or embarrassment, Diddy confessed that the answer was
Nobu.
Nobu, the restaurant?
Yeah.
one of LA's most famous and upscale restaurants. So the next time you find yourself dining at Nobu, just remember, Diddy has a little history there. On a scale of 0-5, how shocked were you by Diddy's response? Comment with a number. Kim Kardashian.
I mean, I'm using you, and you're using me. There's nothing wrong with a little transactional sex.
Kim Kardashian accidentally spilled the beans on her baby's gender in a way that no Hollywood media outlet could have dreamed of. She did it herself during an interview on Ellen. At the time, Kim and Kanye West had announced they were expecting their third child via surrogate, but had kept the baby's gender under wraps. That changed when Kim let it slip while sharing a story about her daughter, North. She explained that after her baby shower, North came to her and said, "Mom, since baby sister's not here, I think I need all of her toys in my room, and I'll play with them and make sure they're okay for baby sister." Ellen immediately caught the slip-up and pointed out that Kim had just revealed they were having a girl. Kim could only laugh and admit her mistake. Oops, indeed. Denise Richards. Denise Richards dropped a bombshell about her personal life during an interview on The Howard Stern Show. While most people know her as Charlie Sheen's ex-wife and the mother of his children, Denise revealed a different side of herself by admitting to having had a fling with a female friend. Though she stayed tight-lipped about the woman's identity, she did tease that her former flame is a well-known Hollywood star. Denise described the experience saying, "I just met her through friends and work and stuff. I was just curious. We were curious. She was a girly girl and she's beautiful. You would know who she is?" "Come on, Denise, don't leave us hanging. Now we're all dying to know who this mystery woman is." Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey's battle with bipolar disorder was made public in an unfortunate way, not by Mariah herself, but through her sister, Allison. Following Allison's comments, Mariah addressed the complicated dynamics of their relationship and how her sister's actions had impacted her life. Allison claimed that Mariah had been struggling with the disorder for years, but their relationship was anything but close. Allegedly, the sisters hadn't spoken since 1994. During that time, Allison had faced numerous arrests for illegal activities and was even reported to have told undercover officers that she could offer them a sweet, sweet fantasy. Allison also publicly criticized Mariah for not financially assisting her with medication, despite her apparent need for money to cover the costs. Instead of seeking help in healthier ways, Allison allegedly tried to extort money from Mariah multiple times, a situation that must have been incredibly draining for the singer. Shouldn't Allison focus on addressing her own issues? It's no surprise that this strained relationship has been a major source of stress for Mariah. Lori Loughlin. This one's hard to miss. Some major Hollywood names were exposed in the infamous Operation Varsity Blues scandal, which revealed that Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman had bribed their children's way into elite universities. Loughlin and her husband, fashion mogul Massimo Giannulli, were accused of paying a staggering $500,000 to secure their daughters, Olivia Giannulli and Bella Giannulli, spots on USC's crew team, even though, as we all know, neither of them ever participated in the sport. The fallout was massive. The family lost several sponsorship deals, including Olivia's lucrative partnerships as a social media influencer, and Loughlin's long-standing contract with Hallmark was terminated immediately. Ultimately, Lori was sentenced to 2 months in prison for her role in the scheme, but the damage went far beyond her sentence, leaving the family's reputation in shambles, possibly for good. Demi Moore. In her 2019 memoir, Inside Out, Demi Moore pulled back the curtain on her tumultuous 8-year marriage to Ashton Kutcher, sharing revelations that she may have found difficult to revisit. One of the most shocking disclosures involved their decision to have threesomes, something Moore said she agreed to because Ashton repeatedly pressured her. She admitted in the book that she regretted the decision, but for Ashton, it seemed to have the opposite effect, only driving a greater wedge between them. Reflecting on the situation, Moore wrote, "Because we'd brought a third party into our relationship, Ashton said that blurred the lines and, to some extent, justified what he'd done, referencing his later infidelity. The marriage ultimately fell apart in 2011 after Ashton confessed to cheating on her with a 21-year-old woman. The fallout from their divorce hit Moore hard, and in an interview on Red Table Talk, she opened up about how the split led to her relapsing into alcohol addiction. She revealed, "The addiction was in the codependency. My addiction to Ashton was probably almost more devastating than alcohol because it took me seriously away emotionally." When asked why she decided to reveal these deeply personal experiences now, Moore explained that her goal was to reach a place of acceptance and authenticity. She said, "I think my desire was to really get to a place where I'm okay to really be seen," adding, "There isn't anything to protect. That's a great spot." Allison Mack. The case of Smallville actor Allison Mack shocked the public and became one of the most unsettling scandals in recent years. On April 20th, 2018, Mack was arrested in Brooklyn on charges of trafficking and other related crimes. She was found to be deeply involved with NXIVM, a notorious group that masqueraded as a self-help organization but exploited its members in horrifying ways. Mack played a significant role within the group, reportedly recruiting women who were later victimized and manipulated. After an extensive legal process, Mack eventually pled guilty to the charges. However, despite being sentenced over a year ago, she has yet to serve time in prison. Instead, she has remained under house arrest at her parents' home, leaving many to wonder why her sentence hasn't been carried out. Meghan Markle.
Everything that I've learned about him, I learned through him, as opposed to having grown up around different news stories or tabloids.
Since Meghan Markle rose to global fame almost overnight, plenty of details about her past have come to light, many of which she probably wishes had stayed under wraps. Among the more biting remarks, her estranged sister once claimed that Meghan is a social climber with a soft spot for gingers. Okay then, but one of the more intriguing and widely believed rumors about Meghan is that she secretly authored a blog about the entertainment industry. Allegedly titled The Working Actress, the blog chronicled the highs and lows of navigating Hollywood as a young, ambitious performer. In February 2018, the Daily Mail reported that reliable sources from California had confirmed Meghan was behind the blog. Actor Lance Carter even told the outlet, "Yeah, it was definitely Meghan who wrote it." Further evidence came from Andrew Morton's biography, Meghan, a Hollywood Princess, which listed The Working Actress among Meghan's former projects. While Meghan's more public lifestyle blog, The Tig, is well known, this revelation suggests she had more to say about Hollywood than initially thought, and she may have shared it under the radar. While the hidden lives of individual stars can be fascinating, the entertainment industry itself harbors a multitude of secrets, impacting not just the celebrities involved, but also the way we perceive fame, success, and even reality. From manufactured romances and image manipulation to systemic inequalities and ethical breaches behind the scenes, a closer look reveals a complex web of hidden truths that shape Hollywood and its influence. Let's delve into some of these broader industry practices and issues that often go unnoticed amidst the glitz and glamour. Fake relationships. By now, it's pretty obvious that many Hollywood relationships are orchestrated for publicity. While some of these staged romances occasionally blossom into genuine love, most dissolve as soon as the promotional cycle for a movie wraps up, making the setup glaringly obvious. One of the most blatant examples of this was the on and off relationship between Robert Pattinson and Kristen Stewart during the Twilight era. The two always seemed to rekindle their romance right when a new Twilight film was about to hit theaters, only to break up a few weeks after its release. When they finally split shortly after the final Breaking Dawn movie premiered, it became clear to many that their relationship had likely been more PR than passion. On top of that, their body language during the relationship often appeared strained and awkward, especially compared to how relaxed and happy they seem now in their respective relationships. Looking back, it's hard not to see it as just another staged Hollywood pairing. Do you think Hollywood relationships are ever genuine? Comment with yes if you believe some Hollywood relationships are real, or no if you think they're all staged for publicity. Paid paparazzi. If you've ever wondered why some celebrities always look flawless in paparazzi shots while others don't, the answer might surprise you. Many stars actually hire their own paparazzi to guarantee flattering photos. The latest celebrity to be called out for this practice is Addison Rae. While out in New York, Addison seemed to have an uncanny number of perfectly staged photos taken of her strolling around the city. Page 6 wasted no time calling her out, claiming she tipped off the paparazzi about her location to ensure she got plenty of high-quality pictures. Page 6 even described it as a move straight out of the introductory course at the Kardashian Institute of Advanced Fame, Grassbury. Allegedly, Addison wanted to highlight her outfits and start carving out a reputation for her fashion sense. It's no secret that this tactic was once a go-to move for the Kardashians in their early days of fame, and it seems Addison is taking some cues from her high-profile friends. Fake bodies. It's no secret that nearly everyone in Hollywood has had some kind of cosmetic work done. While most opt for subtle enhancements like Botox or fillers to keep a youthful appearance, others have undergone more dramatic transformations before hitting it big, changes that sometimes paved the way for their careers to take off. In the entertainment industry, it's an open secret that celebrities tweak their looks to stay in line with ever-changing beauty standards and maintain their marketability. The troubling part, however, is that many stars refuse to acknowledge these changes, leading fans to believe they are effortlessly perfect. This creates unrealistic beauty standards, which have taken a toll on the self-esteem of everyday people trying to measure up to the flawless images they see. One of the most common procedures in Hollywood is the nose job, and even celebrities who are celebrated for their natural beauty are rumored to have had it done. Blake Lively, Scarlett Johansson, and Jennifer Aniston are just a few names that fans suspect have undergone rhinoplasty, though none of them have ever admitted to it. Instead, their polished appearances are chalked up to elite genetics, perpetuating the myth of unattainable perfection. Award show corruption. Many fans like to believe that Oscars and Grammys are awarded purely based on merit, but once you dig deeper, it becomes clear that's far from the truth. It's an open secret in the industry that winning these prestigious awards often requires extensive campaigning, and sometimes even outright bribery. These incentives can range from cash to lavish gifts, luxurious vacations, or other perks aimed at swaying voters. One of the most infamous examples of this happened in 1981 when actress Pia Zadora won the Best Newcomer award for her performance in Butterfly. The win left everyone baffled until it was revealed that her wealthy husband had allegedly paid off the voting members to secure her victory. Unfortunately, such practices didn't fade over time. In 2011, publicist Michael Russell sued the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, the organization behind the Golden Globes, after being fired. Russell claimed he had been let go because he was trying to expose the corruption within the voting process. The case never went to trial, as the parties settled the matter out of court, but the allegations left a lasting stain on the reputation of awards shows. On-set cheating and movie sets can be the perfect storm for extramarital affairs. With films often taking months to shoot, actors spend long, exhausting hours away from their families, confined to a small group of people on set. Add in the intimate nature of playing romantic leads, hugging, kissing, and sharing emotional scenes, and it's no wonder that on-set romances frequently cross the line. This phenomenon has led to countless examples of infidelity in Hollywood, to the point where it's almost expected. One of the most infamous cases is Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, whose relationship began while filming Mr. and Mrs. Smith, a project that coincided with Pitt's marriage to Jennifer Aniston. Another highly publicized scandal involved Kristen Stewart and director Rupert Sanders, who had an affair during the production of their movie Snow White and the Huntsman. And while these are just the most well-known examples, it's safe to say this kind of thing happens far more often than it's reported. It's almost a hidden side effect of the industry, where the lines between acting and reality often blur. Scientology's influence. Scientology is often shrouded in mystery, yet it boasts an impressive roster of A-list celebrity followers. Allegedly, this is no coincidence. L. Ron Hubbard, the religion's founder, is said to have deliberately targeted celebrities, understanding their potential to draw others into his movement. This strategy explains why the Church of Scientology has a massive, opulent building situated right on Hollywood Boulevard. It's a hub designed to attract the entertainment industry's elite. And in the 1950s, Hubbard even launched the Project Celebrity program, a written initiative that promised rewards to Scientologists who successfully recruited high-profile stars. Today, some of the most recognizable names in Hollywood are Scientology devotees, including Tom Cruise, John Travolta, and the late Kirstie Alley. Reportedly, these celebrities receive extraordinary perks, including dedicated staff members who act like personal butlers to cater to their every need. However, former high-ranking members of the church have since spoken out, claiming that these so-called perks come at a significant cost to others. They allege that underpaid Scientology workers were frequently tasked with catering to stars like Tom Cruise, effectively working for years as low-wage employees to serve the actor's personal needs. These revelations have only added to the controversy surrounding Scientology's relationship with Hollywood. Gender pay gap. Yet another glaring example of Hollywood's harmful treatment of women is the persistent gender pay gap, which unfortunately remains an issue even today. This disparity gained significant attention in 2013 with the release of American Hustle. The film featured a star-studded cast, but leaked emails revealed that the female leads were paid less than their male counterparts. Specifically, Jennifer Lawrence and Amy Adams received 2 points less in the film's revenue-sharing deal compared to Bradley Cooper and Christian Bale, despite both actresses being major A-list stars at the time. This wasn't an isolated incident. Around the same period, Meryl Streep, the actor with the most Oscars in history, spoke out about being paid less than her male co-stars. Similarly, House of Cards actress Robin Wright publicly addressed the issue, demanding pay equal to her co-star Kevin Spacey. Wright reportedly threatened to expose Netflix's pay disparity if they didn't meet her demands. These examples highlight how even the most accomplished and celebrated actresses in Hollywood still face pay inequity, underscoring the ongoing battle for gender equality in the entertainment industry. Animal cruelty on set. When it comes to making movies, ensuring the safety of everyone involved, including animals, should be a top priority. That's why many films include the reassuring disclaimer, "No animals were harmed during the making of," in their credits. However, according to numerous reports from Hollywood, this promise isn't always upheld, and animals often suffer during production. Some of the most egregious cases include the near drowning of a tiger during the filming of Life of Pi, a dog being struck on the set of 8 Below, and the deaths of dozens of fish and squid that washed ashore over 4 days during the filming of Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean. The Curse of the Black Pearl, second season of HBO's Luck, was cancelled after 4 horses died during production. These animals were reportedly overworked to ensure the horse racing scenes appeared as realistic as possible. Worse yet, warnings from humane animal monitors on set were ignored, revealing a disturbing disregard for the animals' welfare. Despite these incidents, no one faced consequences for the harm and loss of life, highlighting a troubling lack of accountability in the industry. And there you have it, the 20 toughest actors in Hollywood history. Their stories prove that toughness isn't just about strength or skill. It's about heart, perseverance, and the battles they've overcome to leave their mark on history. Whether it's surviving war, breaking barriers, or performing death-defying stunts, these legends remind us that true toughness starts within. Now it's your turn. Who's your pick for Hollywood's toughest? Did your favorite make the list, or is there someone we missed? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this dive into Hollywood's hardest hitters, hit that like button, subscribe to Iconic Inside, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive. Curious about the other side of Hollywood? Check out our previous video, 20 Most Evil Actors in Hollywood History. It's live on the end screen now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.